this church started off as primarily a Chinese community church. It's attested to when you can see at the facade the three words in Mandarin, 天主堂, and thus it attests to the origin, the Chinese origin. Interestingly also, we are told that all the Chinese groups that are existing now in the Archdiocese all began in this parish church.
Some of the Hong Kong visitors, when they come to Singapore, they try to look for this church because this is only Cantonese-speaking church. So every Sunday we saw some of the tourists come here, come to see, either take picture or come in to join us for the Mass. After Mass, we stay back and we have a lot of interaction with other people.
A lot of the parishioners are very, very loyal. They go back generations, that's why they still come. For example, those who first came to Peter and Paul are the grandparents, and then their children, the grandchildren, and so on and so forth came back again and again to serve.
Some people are already 60-year-old, 70-year-old. When their childhood days, they live around this church. So now they all move to different locations, north, south, east, west. But then every Sunday, they still come back here. This church is very special, giving a lot of memory.
The memories of this church is the way I stayed here when I was young. I run around the church and I, bicycle playing around here.
I was an altar boy when I was 9 years old, primary 3. My great-grandfather is the catechist of this church. My grandfather is the sacristan. My dad, after subsequently, and my mom is the sacristan. So now it's me lah. During the last few years, 4 or 5 years, the rooftop and all that was giving way and the paint was spilling up and all that.
During services, we have paint literally dropping off from the ceiling and dropping on the people. And there were also, you can see actually the skeleton of the roof that is seen through with all the rust and everything else. Everything just looks dilapidated. The walls are mossy and with everything and damp, and the pews are all in need of urgent repair.
During the restoration, our church will be cordoned off, so they protect all the renovation work done inside.
I think one of the greatest adjustments is to have it outside without the sometimes ventilation, especially when it rains. And the tentage, because it leaks sometimes from the outside, and thus we have to even screen off the sides, and that makes it even worse because of the heat and humidity.
For that time, we have slightly less people attending the service because of the inconvenience.
When it was being restored, the father also kept telling us about the significance of all the architecture. There were exhibitions going on, there were talks going on about what every part that's being restored means. And that's much more interesting than just watching a building get better.
One of the most important features that the restorer, mainly the parish priest, Father John Chaw, wants to restore is to put back the focus point to the sanctuary that you see behind you.
But when 1968 or 69, when the Vatican started the Second Vatican Council, they shipped the altar to the front. So that's where, during that time, the parish priest renovated the church, and not knowing that we can still retain the high altar behind. So he demolished the high altar.
The stained glass is a draw, definitely, and they are all originals. They are French in inspiration and also in design. You can tell that they are French because the titles below the various saints and persons are all in French. The seats for the presiders at the back is also done deliberately in wood and also in continuity of the design of the high altar, so that you can see that there is a certain sense of symmetry. So this is all done deliberately to give people a feel that it is a place of harmony and order, which is what religion is supposed to, in a sense, inspire in people. There are criticisms, of course, of this place. Some feel that by going backwards is a regression. Some feel is by going backwards or looking at the older things is also a being faithful to tradition and to our roots. I mean, both are right, but it's also how to make a balance out of it all. Some feel that it is rightfully restored.
Chứ chung Father John chọn liệu ủ bèn nhớ bó? Hết tuổi sát tăng hết tuổi ủ bèn nhớ bó? Ở nhà bố ấy?
Bèn nhớ đây, trong này nghe bèn nhớ.
Bèn nhớ hả?
Bèn nhớ.
There are very few young people in this church, and it could be a problem in the future because it's difficult to build a church if there are no successors to it, you know? It's such a traditional church. There are so many other Christian churches out there which are so much more lively than these which are pews and slow choirs. And some people are just not looking for that.
I think the old folks here, they will remain here. But it's the youth that we want. So our hope is to get youth, the church, to stay on here, but not to go out of the church. Yeah.
I just hope that this place will be some place that people can really come and stay here and recognize that this place is the church that they belong to. It's not just a stopover church, not just something that they just go for mass once or twice, just because it's near their workplace, near the CBD, but actually find some sense of belonging here.